Hello, good evening. Good evening, all. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, coach. Good evening. We can hear you.
Okay, all right. I just decided I might as well start. For those who were not on time, they'll just have to follow up on the recording. So today's class will be very short but very precise. Precise in the sense that we just want to zero in because we know what we are doing. We know what we've been doing as a challenge. But more importantly, we want to help people to sharpen up their skills so they can do better. Okay. So it is titled Three Things You Must Know to Be Successful as a Scalper. So, and we always say don't chase the market, take profits with accuracy. So, what are these three things? The three things you must know are one, the market direction. That's a big deal. The market direction. And this is a loaded statement, market direction. Okay, essentially, what we're saying in the market direction, what you want to do is you want to look at your bigger time frame or the biggest time frame you have. So when we are trading, scalping, we want to have three time frames. Okay, three time frames. The biggest time frame will determine your direction. Okay, and we'll get to the charts and I'll share that. So essentially, you will determine the direction of the charts of your market based on the big time frame that you have. So when you log in and you open up your charts, you go to the big time frame, and that big time frame will tell you in general, even just by looking, whether the market is going up or down. And very rarely, in between consolidating. Okay, but it will tell you, it'll give you an idea where you are. Then the second thing we must know is your market structure. And so you use your medium time frame to determine the structure of the market at that point in time, at the point in which you want to trade, which means that once you have the big time frame, you go down to a smaller time frame. So you know that the market is either going up or it's going down or it's consolidating. So in particular, the smaller time frame will then tell you, okay, where the market is, whether it's actually going up, it's going down, it's consolidating. But in particular, because we're talking about the structure, what kind of candles formations you're expecting to see. So if the market is on a trend, whether it's going up or down, you're more than likely to see what I told you before and what we've learned before, continuation patterns. Okay, you see a lot of continuations, whether it's a wedge, it's what, but basically it's continuing. Okay, a lot of the breakouts are all also continuing. So market is coming from down, going up, but then it consolidates a little bit, and then it goes up, or it goes down. Okay, so uptrend and downtrend, you probably look for the same kind of shapes. For consolidation, again, very easy. You'll see the market is not going anywhere. It's going to some high and coming down to some particular low, and then high and then low. And that seems to be being respected continuously. So in that structure, okay, that will be the structure that you'll be seeing given your medium time frame. But once you know the medium time frame, then now you zero in and ask yourself, how do I enter? But for that, you have to go down to a smaller time frame, which is the market entry. So the smaller time frame essentially is the smallest time frame that you have chosen, depending on Again, I want to repeat this, depending on your strategy. Okay, we've agreed that for scalping, we mostly do scalping on the 1 minute or the 5 minutes. Okay, so if I was to add a few things here, we can agree that okay, for the small time frames, we can say we can use 1 minute. Okay, and the medium time frame for this, if you're going to be trading on the 1 minute, then the medium time frame will be 5 minutes. Okay, and then the big time frame will be 1 hour each one. All right, now we can also scalp on the 5 minutes. Now on the 5 minute, if you choose to scalp on the 5 minute, then we shall have something similar, except that now your small time frame will be 5 minutes. Let me change this to a different color. Okay, your small time frame, no, good color. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay, your medium time frame will be 30 minutes. Okay, and your large time frame could be H1, but in this case, I prefer H4. Okay, so here you're scalping, you're entering the market using 5 minutes, and your medium time frame, which will tell you the structure, will be the 30-minute time frame. And then for your direction, you take a direction preferably on the H4. Okay. However, if you want to scalp on the 1 minute, then your medium time frame will be 5 minutes chart, and your market direction will be given by your H1. Okay, this is very important, okay, because we talked about the fractal nature of the market and how they relate. So specifically, if we are going to scalp, then this is what we do. Now I see people making a lot of mistakes where when they're scalping the 1 minute, then they start making their take profit to become 5 pips, 6 pips, 10 pips, and so on. Now, this for the 1 minute time frame, this is risky. It's risky because the price cycle for Euro USD, especially on the 1 minute time frame, is very rarely more than 15 pips. If it's very rarely more than 15 pips, then why would you be shooting for a third, okay, or 3/4 of the 15, okay? If this is 15 pips, why would you be shooting to get 10 out of 15, or between 5 and 10? Okay, and that's why I keep saying for Euro USD, make sure you just take a small amount, which you are guaranteed. You're guaranteed 2 pips. Okay. Sometimes when you do 5 and 6 and whatever, even 10, you can be lucky. But my friend, you cannot be lucky all the time. All right? You cannot be lucky all the time. Now, when you're talking about the 5-minute scalping, now that's a different story, because then now the price cycle is a little bigger. It's a little bigger, which then if you do the 5 and maybe up to on the high side 7, then that is okay. But I wouldn't even go for 7. Okay, if I'm not doing 5-minute scalping, the max I will do is 5 pips. Again, why? Because of the price cycle. the price cycle here is a little more. I think it's like 20 something, on average, 20 something. So when you do 5 pips, it's okay. 5 out of 20 is okay. But don't be greedy and start doing 10, 15 pips. Okay. If you do, even 7, if you do, you might be lucky for a little bit, but in the long run, it will come back and bite you. All right. We'll go to the chart and we see how we determine the market direction, then the structure, and then the entry. Now, when you determine direction and the market structure and even the entry, that is independent of the actual time frame you're using to trade. So in terms of process, our process will be the same even if we are doing the 5-minute scalping or the 1-minute scalping. All right, let's go to the chart then. Okay. Okay. I have gone ahead, taken the liberty to have 3 charts already to save on time. But if you want your screen to look like this, what you have to do, you have to make sure that you have 3 charts. Let me first change this to show you how I get there. So I click on the trade watch, okay, and so you have 3 of them there. And then how do you have these 3 neck to neck? Well, if you look on the right hand side, okay, there's a multi chart and then there is the single chart mode. So
Excuse me, coach. Something
yes,
is blocking the left side of your screen.
oh, left and right.
Left side of your screen is black. We can see the right side.
Okay, which time frame are you seeing? Are you seeing
I
all the
think
time
this.
frame? What?
No, not all. Just partially. Towards the right, only the right side of the screen, like a third of the screen towards the right is what we can see.
A third of the screen to the right.
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can shut other things down. Oops, sorry. I hope it will be able to show. Okay. Can you still see something?
Yes. Now we see the full screen.
The
Now
full
we see
screen.
the 3 charts.
Okay, 3
Yeah. Now
charts.
we see the 3 charts. Yes.
Uh,
Now we see the 3 charts. The right, the left, one big chart, and then on the
okay.
left one big chart, and then on the right 2 small charts.
Okay. Are you seeing the market M1 moving?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Perfect. All right. Good. So the thing that I wanted to share was to tell you how to make your charts look like this, because this makes it easier for you to look at your 1 minute and to look at your 5 minute and to look at your 1 hour. So what you do is if you come to the layout and you click on the layout, there's something they show there as trade watch. So half of the time, usually your trade watch is on because when you take your trades, they show you down there. They show you your trades. All right. Then apart from the trade watch, um, this ribbon at the top there, at the top, if you click on the single chart mode, it will only pick one. So this is what normally you have almost as default at the beginning. Okay. So, but now what you want to do, you want to open 3 instances of the same currency. In this case, Euro USD or whichever currency you are using. And then again, without any particular order, you can have your first chart be the 1 minute chart. Okay. Then the second chart is the hour chart, and then the third chart is the 5 minute. Again, not necessarily in that order. But now to put the three of them such that you can see them at the same time, you have to go back and click on the multi-chart mode. So multi-chart mode, click on it, it gives you the 3 charts like that. But what I want these two, the M5 and H1, to be one on top of the other because I'm trading on the M1. I need to see what's going on. So then for that to happen, I have to go up and click on the layout. See that trade watch thing? You unclick it. If you unclick it, what will happen is down when you take orders, it will disappear. Okay, like that. So now you have full screen. Okay, well, of course, you will not see the trades you are taking, but in general, the assumption is you know what you're taking. All right. So on the left hand side, the settings. We hope you have set your take profit and all those things already, so that when you use any of these buttons, okay, preferably the 1 minute one, that you're all set. You're set with your 0.01 lot size, and you're set with your take profit. Uh, let's see. Quick trades. Okay. So in the newer, or rather in RoboForex CTrader, you have new buttons. You have this close all positions without warning, cancel all orders without warning. Okay. So and then you have to click on the single click. Then the rest are the same. Okay. 2 pips and so on and so on. All right. So back to our objective. Our objective is to use the big time frame, 1 hour, to find out the direction of the market. So as it is right now, we are pretty much consolidating, okay? But let's go a few hours back. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a marker, not a marker, but I always like to use vertical line because the vertical line will tell you the exact time, okay? So if you look at this, tells you at 10 o'clock, okay, maybe 10, let's look at this one. This was good. Okay, from the 14th 1441, 14 something, the market was actually going down. Okay. So then what you do, you go to the 5 minute and you also mark your time, the vertical time. So 1400 hours would be somewhere around there. Yep. So that's 15. Okay. So this is around 15 there. All right, there. So on the 5 minute, on the 1 hour, clearly you see it's going down. Now, on the 5 minute, as you know it's going down, what you do is then you can make a channel. It helps. Once you get used to this, doing this, you can even do it visually without having to draw any lines. Okay. So you do a channel, okay, and this will kind of just guide you that yes, you are still on the tunnel, right? Okay. But for the 5 minute, you almost don't need to because you can see it's going down. Where it is more challenging, where you actually need this tunnel here, okay, or channel, is the 1 minute. So you come to your 1 minute and you draw a line again for the vertical time, which in this case is 15, 1500 hours. Okay. I have to make the chart smaller. Right now it's big. Okay, so 15 there. We're at 15. So now I have to try and find out where this, here it is. So essentially, what we have is on the 1 minute time frame, this is where you actually can make your channel and trade within that channel. Okay. So, and like I said, once you become a little more comfortable with what you're seeing, then you almost don't need, this visual stuff, right? But they are good to guide you. All right. So then the idea is when you are on the 1 minute, okay, and you know that the market is going down, so essentially here, in fact, it happened just before here. Okay, this is where the market was going up. So the general trend is down, but on the 1 hour, you see here it's going up. All right. So you look on the 5 minute time frame, okay, and at the same time, about the same time, because the market moves almost simultaneously, you look at the 1 minute. And that's where normally you enter your trades. So in this case, you would probably have taken shots from this green here. Okay, from the green. Okay, so at this point, you would have started taking your shots around here as you go all the way up until the market turns. Okay, and then this would probably go and take profit maybe around there, if not all down there. Then every time it goes up again, this is going up, you start doing sells, sells, sells. Okay, and then this will take you down all the way there. Then as it goes up again, you start doing sells. Okay, and I think it will probably take profit maybe somewhere around there. So each time it goes up again, you're busy taking sells. Okay, and then okay, it will come down. So this, in my books, I always call that one setup. That's your first setup. By the time you start doing the sell, 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 and they all take profit, then the market retraces or something, okay, you start your second setup, okay? And very often, very, very often, it very rarely goes like 3 setups on the same, like sales, okay? It might do the first setup, you take profit, second setup again, you take profit. By the time you're doing the third setup, then you have to be careful because the market may retrace a little bit. All right. And I think up to today, we had not talked about that, but it's just from experience. You'll notice that, yes, you can have a good run. Okay. You see now, see here, 1, 2, 3. Then the market retraces, goes up again. So, and this is where, and for those who trade very, very, very many big lot size, and very many trades, this is where we normally get caught up and we make mistakes. Because whereas you may have had a good run here on the first setup, good run here on the second setup, good run here on the third setup. Normally, after the second or the third one, often the market retraces or changes direction again, okay? Even if it's just temporarily before it continues. So as you're doing your trades, don't go heavy. Don't go heavy. By heavy, I mean if you're able to take maybe even 50 trades, okay, make sure you don't exhaust all of them in that one setup. Okay? When you're starting your second one, the same thing. Don't exhaust all of them. In other words, don't use up all your margin. Okay? And then the third one. Often, what happens is if you use all your margin, like by here, you've used all your margin, and now the market decides it's going to go up. What happens? Because you are knee deep, okay, and the market starts going up, your negatives climb up very, very fast, very, very fast, and before long you get a margin call. And if you're using your live trading account, all those will become losses. Okay, all right. In principle, this is what we do daily, especially for scalping. We have to know three things. The three things are one, the market direction, which in this case we know we use the biggest time frame. It is going down. All right. From the market direction, we come to the market structure. The market structure, you use the medium time frame. In this case, 5 minutes, and that kind of tells us what's happening. Like here, would be, a market is reversing. Okay, it goes up, but then you look for that, especially once you know the market is going down. When the market is going up, you actually get excited. Why? Because generally the market is going down, but in the interim, it's going up, which means there will be a reversal pattern somewhere up there. Okay, so you keep doing your sell until you see the reversal pattern. Okay, and then you relax and you just take your profit, okay? And so on. So we learn to look at the market structure on the medium time frame. But now specifically, how you enter the market, you go to your smallest time frame, and there you almost go candle by candle. As the market goes up, you sell. Goes up, you sell, and so on and so on and so on. All right, we'll pause here for questions. If you need any clarity, we're all here, I think, and we can be able to pretty much address all your concerns, all your questions. Okay, so now we are open for questions. So it might still sound like a repetition because we've pretty much covered most of these things before, but I just wanted to reinforce the idea that your highest time frame is what you use to determine the direction of the market for that day or for that session. Okay, then the medium time frame pretty much tells you the structure of the market, or at least will help you guide through, navigate the structures. So that is if the market is about to turn or it's continuing, reversing, or something like that. And then the smallest time frame is the one you use for your entries in the market.
Coach.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I think I've come in late, but I basically got the gist of the discussion.
Okay.
I just wanted to, this is a point of clarification. I've been studying the reports that my colleagues are posting. And I see that they take so many trades. I've tried, but I just can't reach. I do very few trades for the few occasions that I've been trading.
Okay.
I don't know how they manage to do 300 or more. I'm finding it very difficult and very challenging because of the, maybe I'm not a scalper. I don't know. Yeah.
I think the first question I can ask you is, what time do you normally trade?
How I can be able to do that, maybe hit 50 trades and still be able to be confident that they'll all be able to close in the positive.
Okay, you see, when we talk about like what we're doing right now, we are learning. Okay, we have 5 minutes before we have to extend this thing. Right. Right now, we are learning how to. I'm teaching you the process. The process is very, very, very important. That's what we're learning right now. Okay? And if you follow the process, there is no reason why you can't take so many trades, especially using C-Trader. All right? It is the process that makes a difference. So, what is the process? The process is you trade during high volatility. If you try to trade now, right now, I can tell you for free that you might not be able to take many trades. Why? Because the markets slow down. So people are able to take many trades. Okay, it is a combination of many factors. One of the factors, which is very critical, is you must trade during volatility. That's number one. Number two, your account size. Your account size must accommodate that. And like we said, $1,000 is good if you're trading 0.01. That can accommodate that. But if you try to trade 0.1, you might not take very many trades because each of the 0.1 will be 10 of the 0.01. All right. So that's number two. Number three, you must go to the lowest time frame possible, which in this case, the 1 minute. The 1 minute will give you the opportunity because the market is moving very fast. You'll be able to take many trades and rapidly, which you would not do if you do 5 minutes, kind of slows you down a little bit, okay, or others. But for scalping, if you want to do very many trades, you must go to the lowest time frame. You must have a good account balance, okay? And then you also, the third and the most important thing, you must time at a point where the market is moving, when the market has momentum. And that is when maybe it's going down or it's going up. And that normally happens just around London Open or soon thereafter. Okay? But later on, the markets slow down. I think we might be kicked out in a minute. What we'll do is, if there's still more questions, we can log out and log in. Ken, can you set another session, another instance?
Yes, Coach, I can set another and send in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, just set it up and send it because we might be kicked out. Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm just doing that immediately.
Okay, good. All right, still have like 1 or 2 minutes. I hope, Alex, I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, yes, I got it, Coach. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
And what time do you normally trade? Maybe that's another important thing to know. What time do you normally trade?
Usually around 10 o'clock,
Mm.
between 10 and 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thereabout, I'll do a few trades and yeah.
Okay, okay.
But I think the challenge for me probably is maybe sitting on the screen there and watch what is happening.
Okay.
I think has been a kind of a challenge here, yes.
Challenge, okay. Well, hopefully, if you set up your screens the way I've just done right now, it can help you. It can help you see the market when it's moving, okay? Because the speed changes a lot just around that time, and also the length of the candles becomes bigger. When the candles are very small, tiny, then it's not moving much, okay? But once they become long, yeah, then is the best time to trade. All right.
Okay.
So like right now,
thank you.
Yeah, you'll find like now the markets are very, it's not moving much.